My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you for today's session of Brahmasutra. First, let us offer our pranams. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram. We are continuing our contemplation on teachings of Brahmasutra. If you remember last class, what we did discuss? What we discussed in the last class? We discussed in the last class Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. Brahman is form and formless. What is the relationship between them? Vyasa Maharishi says, like sun reflected in water. Reflections are multiple. Reflections can change, but sun is not affected. Then Purva raises an objection. What is the objection? How can you give an example like that? Sun has a form. Brahman has no form. Brahman is non-dual. Advaita. In Advaita, where is the reflection possible? Reflection is not possible. For reflection, there is a surface required. In non-dual Advaita Brahman, where is the reflecting surface? This is the question which was asked. So, answer for that is given in Sutra 338 and 339 today. So, let us contemplate on these sutras. So, Brahma Sutra, we are in the chapter 3, where we are discussing the spiritual practices or sadhana. Section 1 of Brahma Sutra, Pada 1, explains the journey of the soul after death, what will happen. This is to tell us, indicate to us how difficult is a human life, the challenge of getting a human life. Section 2 is understanding jnana. If you want to escape the repeated cycle of rebirth in Maya, so then understand Tattvamasi, that the word, the self-knowledge. Section 3, different meditation practices, upasana, for concentration, purification of mind. Section 4 is the lifestyle required for spiritual sadhana. In Tattvamasi, that the word, I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, is the teaching. Who is this I am? Not the body, not the mind, not the intellect. The innermost self, Pratyagatma, that's called Atma. So that is Brahman, infinite self of the universe. I call a self of the universe as cosmic self. And myself as individual self. Myself, individual self is called Pratyagatma. Cosmic self is the self of the universe. Individual self is same as cosmic self. This understanding is required. Then what is the individual self? Who is Pratyagatma? The innermost self in all of us, in the deep sleep, there's no ego. When there's no ego, then what is there is pure awareness, Brahman. So my innermost self, Pratyagatma, which I experience in deep sleep, is Brahman. This teaching is given to the waking person. Where waking person who is woken up is in the waking state, ego comes into picture. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. So the teaching, all teaching has to be done for the waker. So waker is told, in deep sleep you experience bliss, ananda, because you are one with the Brahman, Ishvara. So now you are feeling separate. That's why you are not. That's why you are feeling fear and separation. Remember your true nature in deep sleep. I am Atma Brahma. This self is Brahman. Brahman means infinite. The individual self is same as the cosmic self, the self of the universe. Right? For that, we understood Tvam Padartha. That means who is Jiva in the earlier sutras. So Jiva and then Atma is the self. We understood that Atma is not affected by waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. So that's an independent reality. So Jiva has to understand I am the Atma. So this is the realization. Now we have come to Paramatma, this cosmic self, Brahman, the nature of Brahman. The Brahman, what is the nature of Brahman? Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. There are two aspects of Brahman. Some scriptures are saying Brahman is Sakala Kalyana Guna Paripurna. Bhagavan is full of divine good qualities. Some scriptures say Bhagavan is Nirguna. Which of this is true? Both are true or one of them is true? Then we told Nirguna Brahma is the reality, Satyam. Saguna Brahma is a Mithya, appearance. Okay. So continuation of that, how is the appearance possible? Like sun reflected in water, multiple reflections. So then Purvapakshi raises the question. See, Atma is one. Atma gets reflected in water. The reflection is called Jiva. Infinite number of Jivas are there. Many Jivas are there. Okay. So this is like a reflection of my face in the mirror. Then Purvapakshi immediately objects. How can you say that? Right? For reflection in a mirror is required. For Brahman to reflect, where is the mirror? Which mirror is making Brahman reflect? Where is the mirror bringing? Brahma is non-dual, Advaita. There's no reflecting surface. Okay. Then the moment you say there's a reflecting surface, then you are bringing duality, Dvaita. So are you speaking of Dvaita or Advaita? Right? So Siddhanta is saying Nirguna Brahma is pure awareness, Advaita, non-dual, there's no other. Saguna Brahma is a reflection in Maya. Okay. Jiva is reflection, avidya, ignorance. Saguna Brahma is reflection in Maya, totality. So Purvapakshi says, where is the reflecting surface? Where is the mirror called mirror? Okay. So you are giving a wrong example, analogy. Do you agree with this question? Okay. So I'll give another example. Brahman is there, Sakshi. Brahman gets reflected in the mind. Mind is like a mirror, intellect. So the reflection called Chidabhasa, reflection. So the Chidabhasa illuminates the body, and body through sense organs, I see the world. Right? Is there a world outside? The objects are nothing but appearances in universal consciousness. Ishvara. I am also an object appearing in universal consciousness. One object is seeing the other object through reflection. Like you can example a dream. In the dream, you see tree, forest, animals, everything you see, and you are also there. You are also an object there. Like that, in universal consciousness, Ishvara, everything appears, mountain, river, and you also appear as an object. This object called you becomes animated because of Chidabhasa, become alive. Then see, this object starts seeing other objects. Right? Chidabhasa is the reflection in your mind, and with the reflection, you will be able to see other objects of the universe. With reference to this object, there are other objects. Your body is also an object in the universal consciousness. Right? But you start thinking, I am the subject. Is this clear? Chidabhasa starts, Chidabhasa illuminates the body and starts thinking, I am this. Okay. So now the question is asked is, how can there be reflection in Brahman? There should not be no mirror. There's no mirror. Where will Brahman get a mirror? He is Advaita, not dual. Okay. So now let us understand this question and the answer for that. Is the question clear? Do you get these questions? So what is your answer? You get these questions? So for this, we'll go to a sutra. The sutra is Ubhayalinga Adhikaranam. Ubhayalinga Adhikaranam means dual nature of Brahman. Okay. So the sutra number 338 and 339. So Brahman being inside the adjunct. Adjunct means Upadhi. Upadhi. It appears to participate in their increase and decrease. On account of this similarity, the two cases of comparison is not defective. That means comparison given to you. So Brahman is non-dual, but there are upadhis because of Maya. Because of the reflection of upadhi, Brahman appears to be moving, changing like Saguna Brahma. Okay. Because of this, example given is not wrong. Sun getting reflected, example given is not wrong. This is 338. Example given is sun gets reflected in water. Water moves, sun appears to be moving. So then given other 339, scriptures also, it's supported by scriptures. Okay. So let us give you an example. Have you seen this Srimad Narayana? Very peaceful, very relaxed, sleeping in milky ocean and a nice bed. Right? He is Parabrahma, the cosmic self. Parabrahma means cosmic self. Parabrahma is cosmic self. Cosmic self is resting, deep sleep. That sleep is called Yoga Nidra, conscious sleep. Understand? In that Parabrahma's Narayana's sleep, entire universe of stars, galaxies, planets, everything is formed. Millions and billions of galaxies are formed. Right? Then Srimad Narayana takes the form of Vishnu and Lakshmi to rule the galaxies. He becomes the Ishvara. Okay, what is the dream of Srimad Narayana is called? Dream of Srimad Narayana is called Maya. Like your dream is called your dream, private dream. Srimad Narayana is public dream. Whole universe is his dream. Okay. The dream of Narayana is cosmic dream called Maya. In your dream, there's a dream world. In the dream world, you are in dream country called India in your dream. Then there's a prime minister there, ruler. Similarly, Srimad Narayana's dream, Srimad Narayana starts ruling the world as for Vishnu, Ishvara, like prime minister is there. And all are jivas. Okay. So there's a world, universe, not one universe. Millions and millions and billions and billions and trillions of galaxies are formed in that dream. And all living being and non-living being appear in the Narayana's dream. Such a beautiful dream. And Srimad Narayana, Paramatma reflects as consciousness, Chidabhasa in all of these jivas also. They have to enable them. So the cosmic dream is called Maya. Individual dream is your dream. Right? Your dream, individual, private dream, is the cosmic dream. In your dream, you saw a tiger, elephant, monkey, a river, Whatever appeared in your dream is nothing but your consciousness appeared in a dream as tiger, elephant, monkey. But you don't know. You feel separation. Similarly, everything in Srimad Narayana's dream appearing is nothing but reflection of Narayana only. Okay. So now where is the reflection taking place? Narayana, Srimad Narayana is not dual. Pure awareness. Consciousness at rest, not moving consciousness. Right? Consciousness at rest is called Narayana. Completely at rest. So that consciousness at rest is in Yoga Nidra, sleep. Yoga Nidra means conscious sleep. Like our Nidra is unconscious sleep, there's a conscious sleep. Means he's fully aware. It doesn't, Narayana doesn't lose awareness. Okay, it's called Yoga Nidra. In that Yoga Nidra, a dream arises, the entire universe arises. So now, universe has movement. The dreamer, one person who is sleeping has no movement, he is resting. There in the universe, there's a lot of movement. That's why Vishnu has a vehicle. Narayana doesn't, Narayana's vehicle is bed. Shesha. So Vishnu has a vehicle, Garuda, he has to fly whenever he has to go. Right? Entire universe is a movement. So who is Vishnu? Who is nothing but Srimad Narayana appearing as Vishnu. The resting consciousness is appearing as moving consciousness in the dream. Resting consciousness is appearing as the world and moving consciousness in the dream. So the consciousness is rest and consciousness is movement. Consciousness rest is called Srimad Narayana. Consciousness movement is called Vishnu. Are you clear? So Vishnu now starts with Vishwam Vishnu. Universe is Vishnu, it says. That means Vishnu appears as the universe moving. Everything in the universe is moving. Nothing is stationary. So consciousness at rest and consciousness in movement. There are two aspects, correct? Isn't it? So the consciousness at movement is controlled by, ruled by Ishvara, Vishnu, Lord. That's why anywhere any trouble is there, Vishnu will appear as Avatara. Rama Avatara, Krishna Avatara. Like anywhere the disturbance in the country, Prime Minister will immediately go there. Like the Lord of the universe will come as an Avatara, there is too much of disturbance. He is the ruler. Understand? So now, are there two different things? Conscious at motion and conscious at rest. Imagine yourself are sleeping in the bed. You are relaxing and sleeping. Consciousness at rest. Then you have a dream. In the dream, you are in a forest, being chased by a tiger, you're running, helter skelter. There's a consciousness movement for you. Dream. Your dream world. Your dream world is an example of the cosmic dream. So there are two things happening. Person who is sleeping and person who is dreaming. The dream character and sleeping character. So the sleeping character is not disturbed. Dream character is disturbed. Moving. Correct? So there are two levels of reality. Sleeper's consciousness and dreaming consciousness. Sleeper's consciousness and dreaming consciousness. So sleeper's consciousness is a higher level of reality. Dreamer's consciousness is a lower level of reality. It appears and disappears. Correct? So Srimad Narayana is the higher level of reality called Paramarthika reality, absolute reality. The universe and the Vishnu appears and disappears. Universe is created, dissolved, like a dream. What happens in dream? It's called Vyavaharika reality. So now when we speak of Ishvara with Saguna, we are speaking of only Vyavaharika reality. Paramatma Narayana is Nirguna, Nirakara, absolute reality. Are you clear? Have you seen Narayana? In your deep sleep, what you are there is with Narayana only. Have you seen Vishnu? Yes, the universe, what you are seeing is Vishnu's form only. You are seeing Vishnu and Narayana both, but you are not recognizing it. Vishwam, Vishnu, Vashatkaro. Vishnu appears as Vishwa, universe. Have you seen Vishnu? What you are seeing is Vishnu's form only. Have you seen Narayana? In deep sleep, what you are experiencing is Narayana only. Narayana and Vishnu are your experience, day-to-day experience, but you don't recognize it. This is clear? There are two levels of reality, higher level reality and lower level reality. Lower level reality is called Mithya. Mithya means appears and disappears. Satya means never changes. Sriman Narayana is the higher level reality. The universe and Vishnu appear and disappear. Vishnu is nothing but Sriman Narayana. Is this understanding clear? We'll come to the references, right? That will do that. So now we have to understand the concept of Upadhi. Upadhi means water. So water is for water, if you add tea powder, it will become tea. If you add mud, it becomes muddy water. If your water is then river Ganges, it will become holy water. If garbage is there, it becomes dirty water. If tomato and spice, you add soup water. If lemon and sugar, you add lemonade. If sunlight, you add rainbow. Has anything happened to water? Nothing has happened to water. This, what you add, is called conditioning. It's called Upadhi. No, it does not become that. From tea, you can get that water. Some scientific process. From any water, muddy water can be cleaned and making drinking water. What is called water recirculation. So the water takes the form of tea, muddy water, holy water, depending on the Upadhi, conditioning added. Correct? So now, none of these are characteristic of water. The tea, smell of the tea, the garbage, none of these belong to water. It's added to water. It's called Upadhi, conditioning. Correct? They are not inherently there. Now, water appears like a tea. This difference is superimposed on water. So similarly, water represents Paramatma, Narayana, Parabrahma. And this addition, Upadhis are coming from Maya. Addition. Right? So now, an Upadhi is there, the pure consciousness appears to be moving, creating the world. That is called Saguna Brahma. These attributes are coming from Maya. Okay. So now Atman is pure awareness, Brahman. And this is called, which is actually Nirguna Brahma. Maya is the Upadhi, brings the Upadhi. Touch, sound, smell, taste, form, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, all these things are Upadhis are brought and put on Brahman, superimposed of Brahman. Then Brahman appears to be Vishnu, controlling the universe. Like that, he appears in various forms. Is the analogy clear? Example clear? Okay. So now, the question being asked is, where is the reflecting surface for Brahman to appear as Nirguna? The reflecting surface is called Maya. Okay. So reflecting surface is called Maya. Okay. So Purva Pakshi is asking, sun gets reflected in water. Brahman is Parabrahma is Nirguna, Nirakara, Advaita. Where is the reflecting surface? The reflecting surface is called Maya. Okay. Understand? So Maya is nothing but cosmic dream, just like your individual dream. Individual dream. Your individual dream, is it real? Not real. Is there something called individual real? Dream is there? Something else? Can you catch out of something called dream? It appears and disappears. Like that, in the pure consciousness, Brahman, unreal Maya appears and disappears. So there's no duality. Maya is not dual. The person who is sleeping and person who is dreaming. Sleeper is higher level consciousness. Dream character is lower level consciousness. Lower level reality. Sleep is higher level reality. Dream is lower level reality. The lower level reality appears in this dream, disappears. You cannot catch hold of it. It's not there. Temporary. Similarly, cosmic self, Sriman Narayana, has a dream. Dream is called Maya. In that Maya, entire world appears and disappears. That's the reflection which is happening. The Maya brings all the characteristic attributes. Huh? Very creative. reflected surface as real as a dream, which is not real. Okay. So now, for Purvapakshi, my dear Purvapakshi, you are asking a right question, very good question. Where is the reflecting surface? Very good question. Okay. Now, sun and reflection is given as an example. When you give example, you have to understand. You should not take example as literally. Example, I have to take an indicator, right? So the example is given. This is a beautiful girl. Her eyes are like lotus. Her smile, she has that what is it? Pearls, pomegranate seeds are her teeth. When she smiles, it's like pearls. Okay, right? Her face is like moon. So now this fellow starts searching for a girl to marry. So don't take examples very literally. Examples as indicative. Okay. My dear Purvapakshi, you are asking right question. How sun can be reflected in water? How sun can be a Brahman? Don't take literally. Take it as an example. Okay. Example is only used to illustrate. Should not take literally. Her face is like a moon. Okay. So what is commonality between the moon and her face? Beautiful. Moon is beautiful. So her face is beautiful. So beauty is commonality. Correct? So if you say literally take, moon is very big. Her face is also very big. No. Beauty is common. Okay. Her eyes are like lotus leaves. Lotus leaves. Lotus petals. Okay. Now, don't take literally. Take the shape of the lotus petal and her eyes are of that shape. Her teeth are pearl. Pearl are shining and white. Looks like she brushes her teeth every day morning and whitener. Her teeth are shining. Don't take it literally. Examples given in Vedanta should be taken as indicative. If you take literally, there will be confusion. Understand? So, never take examples given in scriptures as literal, only indicative. Because you have to indicate what is unknown to you through what is known to you. Okay? It's telling process of reflection. So, in rope and snake, there's a rope and snake. Now, how Brahman can be a rope? Brahman is not. Brahman has no shape. You don't. You can't ask like a question. World is not like a snake. World is given an example snake because snake is poisonous. The world can cause you hurt. World can cause you fear. Snake can cause fear and world also can cause fear. Snake is poisonous. In that sense, world also can cause you harm. That way example is given. Don't think that world is like a world is snake. Right? Rope means something not moving. Pure awareness, Brahman is not moving. Rope is lying there. Snake is appears to be moving. To show the superimposition, rope and snake, but don't take literally. Oh, Brahman is like a rope. You don't say. Rope is lying. Rope is motionless. So Brahman is motionless. Nirguna. We should not take the form of that. Motionlessness of the rope. No movement of the rope should be taken as example for Brahman. If you take the form of the rope, then the example is wrong example. Okay. Then people speak of Kundalini, energy rising. They'll put a serpent. People think that there is a serpent sitting at the base of the spine and it will rise like this. So it's given as illustration. The serpent is given illustration because serpent will be sleeping. When it wakes up, the energy is like a spring, like moose. So earlier days, to illustrate, they had to give example. Right? He is like a tiger. Wow. Oh, he'll eat animals raw. What does the tiger mean? Tiger eats, goes and eats. He also eats animals. No, not for eating purpose. He has a qualities of tiger, majestically walking. So, fearless. So you have to take what is appropriate characteristic for comparison. Inappropriate, drop it. Is it clear? So Brahman is like sun. Oh, sun has a form, no? Brahman has a form? No. Sun is shining. Okay. So Brahman is also shining. How is shining? He is self-luminous. Sun doesn't get light from anybody. Sun is light himself. Physical light. So Brahman is non-physical light. What is the non-physical light? Atma Jyoti, light of the self. Understand? So that Brahman is the light of the self, which illuminates. Awareness illuminates the entire world. In that example, sun is to be taken as light, illuminating light. Don't take a sun as a disk. So now, sun is reflected in the river. So where is the river? River has to be taken as a reflecting surface. When river moves, reflection moves, changes. So similarly, Paramatma, Nirguna Brahma, Atma Jyoti, light of the self, is non-moving, stationary. It appears to be moving in the reflecting surface. The movement has to be taken. When there is a reflection, Upadhi, there is a movement in the reflecting surface. From that way I would take the example. Don't take it very literally. If you take literally, you will be confused. My dear Puravashi, your question is very good. But you have to don't take example literally. Take what is indicated by that. Very clear? So the reflection of sun in water trembles, moves, because when water moves. Similarly, when Upadhis move, Atma also seems to be moving. That's why people say, no, he died, no, his Atma went away. Atma didn't go anywhere. Atma appeared to be going because of the movement of the mind, Upadhi. Many people confuse Atma with the Jiva. So, his Atma chala gaya. Atma is gone. Atma doesn't go anywhere. Atma is everywhere. Right? When the Upadhi moves, Atma appears to be moving. So, the Atma has no form. Atma, Paramatma has no form, like space has no form. But it appears like your body. Because body is Upadhi. Your body is conscious. So Atma appears to have taken the form of body because of the reflection. Reflection has a shape, but Atma has no shape. Paramatma, Atma Jyoti has no shape. But reflected surface called body has a shape. That's why reflection takes the form of the body. And body becomes dumma, fat. Atma also appears to be fat. Body becomes weak. Atma appears to be weak. And body dies, Atma dies. People think like that. Nothing has happened to Atma. We don't understand. The reflection of Atma is in the body. Reflection is only happening. Sun, nothing happens to sun. Reflection keeps moving because of the Upadhi, conditioning. Is it clear? So, because of Upadhi, Brahman as Jiva seems to be suffering. I am suffering. I'm unhappy. The I am, nothing has happened. The Upadhi called mind and body superimposed on the Atma gives a feeling that suffering is there. So Atma.
Dream is like a projection. Even though there is a projection, still not real.
Yeah, projection is not real, no. See, dream or Maya is a projection of Brahman. Projection is non-real, like your dream is not real. Your dream, is it real? It's appearance. It's appearance. It's a lower level reality, appearance. But it's not, it doesn't remove, it doesn't make, oh, in your dream, you become Cinderella. Okay? Asha became Cinderella in the dream. Other two persons called Asha and Cinderella. Cinderella is unreal. There's no duality. It's Mithya. Cinderella is Mithya. Asha is Satya. I and my shadow doesn't create a duality. Shadow is just appearance. Cinderella is the shadow of Asha. So Asha doesn't become Cinderella. There's no Asha and Cinderella too. Only Cinderella is the appearance of Asha. It's unreal. So in that sense, Maya, whatever appears in Maya is unreal, Mithya. Is it clear? Brahman is nirguna, person who is sleeping, like sleeping character, relaxed, sleeping. That's why Paramatma, Parabrahma Narayana is sleeping in Milky Ocean. Vishnu is very busy, taking care of the world, going here, there, taking care of demons, okay, establishing dharma, so busy. So Vishnu represents Ishvara. Ishvara is Mithya. Mithya is temporary reality. Temporary from our point of view, it's big, trillions of years. From cosmic dreamer consciousness point of view, it's nothing. Flip. Understand? So for us, the world appears to be very strong, lasting for billions of years. Yes, but the billions of years is not in the perspective of Narayana, it's just a dream. Dream comes and goes. For him, it's not even a blip. For us, it appears to be very big. Yeah. Ishvara doesn't get trapped by Maya. Jiva gets trapped by Maya. But Vishnu, Parabrahma doesn't, Vishnu or Ishvara doesn't get trapped by Maya. Ishvara is not affected by Maya. So Maya has two powers, Avarana and Vikshepa. Vikshepa means projection, appearance. Avarana means forgetfulness. Who am I? Ishvara has Vikshepa but no Avarana. He will never forget himself. He takes what is necessary. And Vikshepa is good, entertainment program. Okay? Avarana causes you problem. So Jiva has Avarana and Vikshepa, both. So entire spiritual journey is to remove the Avarana. Vikshepa anyway will go after that. Right? So now, Nirguna Brahma is Satya. Saguna Brahma is reflection of Satya in Maya. Ishvara, Parabrahma in Maya. It's called Ishvara. So now when you say Sakala Kalyana Guna Paripurna, we are referring praying to Ishvara. So if Ishvara is Mithya, why should we pray? That's the next question. Right? Mithya doesn't mean it's not useful. Mithya means it's useful. Satya is not useful. See, gold is Satya, pure gold. And impure gold is Mithya. Gold necklace is Mithya. You can never wear a gold. You can only gold necklace. Mithya only you can use. For example, this is a mud pot. Correct? Mud is Satya, pot is Mithya. Mud you cannot do anything. Pot you can drink some water. Mithya is only useful. Ishvara is only helpful in that sense. Parabrahma, you cannot pray, you cannot do anything. He is Nirguna Nirakara. All that you can do is surrender and merge. Whereas Ishvara is very helpful. So, if Ishvara is Mithya, why should I pray? Because Mithya only helps, Satya doesn't help. Satya frees you. Mithya, Ishvara, prayer, puja, karma yoga will help you to realize Satya. So that way, Ishvara is prayed. Saguna Brahma is prayed. How you have to pray Saguna Brahma? Sakala Kalyana Ganaparipuna. He has all great qualities because he never forgets himself. He is Brahman. He is always aware. He is Brahman. Understand? Mithya leads to Satya. In that sense, now Siddha Purvapakshi says, you are saying Maya is there and Ishvara, Brahman is there. Duality are bringing, Maya and Brahman duality are bringing. Brahman is Nirguna, Nirakara, Advaita, not dual. Now you are bringing Maya. Maya is dual. Okay. So Maya is not dual of Brahman. Maya has no independent existence. Maya is appearance in Brahman, temporary. How? Necklace and gold are not two different. There's nothing called gold and necklace. Necklace depends on gold. Necklace is gold only. So Maya is dependent on Brahman for existence. But Brahman doesn't depend on Maya for existence. Maya appears and disappears. Brahman doesn't appear and disappear. In that sense, Maya is Mithya. Mithya is not duality for Satya. There's no duality. Unreal cannot be duality. Unreal cannot bring the duality in real. Like your shadow. Shadow cannot bring you duality. Oh, I and my shadow is there. There are no two things. Sir. Shadow depends on you. You move, shadow moves. Right? In case of reflection seems to be moving. Because of that, original seems to be moving. It's not. So Maya and Avidya, for reflection other than that. So then Siddhanta says, please understand, Maya is lower level reality, like your dream. Brahman, Parabrahma is the higher level reality. The lower level reality can never affect the higher level reality. The lower level reality is not a duality for higher level reality. So there is no duality, Advaita. How? Rope and snake is there. I see the rope and think it is a snake. So is there duality? Snake and rope, two things are there. The snake is not real. The duality is not there. So Maya and Brahman, two things are not there. Brahman only is there, appearing as Maya. Appearing in the form of Maya. So there's no higher and order, lower order. There's higher order of reality, lower order of reality. There's no duality. Siddhanta says that. Your question was, is there a duality? No, there's no duality. So now Siddhanta comes, you are giving me again misleading me. Prabhuji says, again you're misleading me. Okay? Completely misleading. For reflection to happen, two are required. Correct? For my face to see, mirror is required and my face is required. My face is object, mirror is object. Both. My face is solid. Mirror is solid. A solid can reflect solid. Brahman is nirguna, nirakara is not solid. Where will it reflect? How will it reflect? Brahmana is nirguna, nirakara. If there's something solid is there, you can reflect. No. Brahman is not at all solid. He has no name, no shape, no form, no touch, no smell, no taste. How reflection can take place? And Maya, you are saying, is also Maya also is not real. Brahman is not concrete. Maya is not concrete. Formless Brahman can be reflected in formless Maya. How it's possible? Maya also has no form because it's also Mithya. Is the question clear? Brahman is formless. Maya is formless. For reflection to take place, you need a mirror which is solid and the face which is solid. So now, Siddhanta says, don't take the reflection example very seriously. Reflection is told, we are not saying it's a reflection, we are saying it is like reflection. Okay. Don't take literally, it's called reflection, like reflection. Why is they told like reflection? Because anything in the reflection moves. The reflection moves, the surface moves, the reflection moves, mirror moves, the face moves, appears to be moving. In that sense, it's like reflection. Maya moves, like that it appears to be moving. Don't take it as a reflection, but take it as a like reflection. We are trying to say the movement appears to be affecting Brahman. So now, let us understand what is commonality and differences in the reflection. Why it's told like reflection? I'm giving an example. Don't say it's reflection. Don't think it's reflection. Reflection is given an example. Reflection is given as an example. It's like reflection. Like said, no, I said no. Her face is like a moon, full moon, right? And her eyes are like lotus. We have to take essential meaning, not take literal meaning. Are we clear? So why Vedanta is telling is reflection, Chirabhasa, the answer I can tell. reflection has a certain locus. My face appears in the mirror. Reflection requires adhara. Reflection requires a surface. The surface is called adhara. Adhara is called locus in English. Right? Ashraya. Reflection requires ashraya. Without a mirror, reflection is not possible. Correct? So the ashraya is called surface. Now, where is the reflection? My face is in the mirror. My face is here, but reflection is in the mirror. Correct? Reflection is in the mirror. In that sense, the reflection of Brahman is in the locus of Maya. So that way it's called reflection. It's appearing in the locus of Maya, reflecting surface. Yes, I'll tell you what step by step, right? So let's say I want to see my face. I need a mirror. The reflection is in the mirror. My face is here, reflection is in the mirror. Similarly, Brahman, reflection is in the locus of Maya. Maya is the ashraya. Right? From that's the reason we tell example called tell reflection, Chidabhasa. For example, you are sleeping in the bed, correct? And you became a Cinderella. Cinderella became a princess. Where did Cinderella become princess? In the dream. The dream is the locus for princess. Right? Cinderella became a princess of a kingdom. Where is the kingdom? In the dream. There is a within the reflecting surface called dream. The dream is happening. Cinderella is in the locus of the dream. Similarly, anything about the Brahman, the Maya, the world, Ishvara, everything is happening in the locus of Maya. Reflection is happening in Maya. That's why it's called reflection. One level, multiple answers I give. Why it's called reflection? Not like a mirror and this thing, where we have to take why it's given us, why we are calling this like reflection. We don't say it's reflection, it's like reflection. Reflection happens within the surface. So reflection of Brahman happens within Maya. Similarly, you are in your reflection, you see a tiger, elephant, mountain, it's happening in the dream. The locus is the dream. Locus means where it's happening. Ashraya is the dream. So that's why one example given is reflection. Because the face appears in the mirror. The locus is the mirror. Similarly, reflection of Brahman is in Maya. One example. Right? Second thing is, reflection has the similarity to original. My face is similar to reflection in my face in my mirror. If the mirror is clean, my reflection is similar to my face. Reflection of Brahman in Maya is similar to Brahman.
What is similar? There should be a new concept to say that.
That is next question. You are mixing. Next question is Upadhi. First question is reflection. Sunlight reflected in clean mirror is sunlight.
Because you are seeing sunlight only in the water. I mean the same shape and form you are seeing.
Correct. Similarly, a reflection in a clean surface is like original. Reflected consciousness, original is like original consciousness. If the surface moves, it is different.
Yeah, when you are saying similar, what is similar in this reflection? So
again, similarity is sun is luminous. What luminous? Non-physical light, Atma Jyoti. Chidabhasa in your body is a reflection like Atma Jyoti. There's a pain felt. The knowingness is there. The knowingness is Atma Jyoti. The knowing awareness gets reflected in the body. Conscious, you become body becomes conscious. Understand? So the reflection is like original in that sense. So that's the next characteristic of reflection. A face in the mirror looks like a face. Similarly, Brahman reflection in your body and mind. So you say, I am conscious. That I am conscious is nothing but Chidabhasa, which is similar to consciousness, original consciousness. Brahman is the original conscious, your body consciousness is reflection. The reflected consciousness is similar to original consciousness in this sense is knowing principle, aliveness. Right? Similarly, reflection of Brahman in Maya creates the world, Ishvara. Okay. It is similar to Brahman. How? Existence. Everything in the world exists. Sun exists, moon exists. In the form of existence, everything is similar. Existence gets reflected in Maya and appears as a world. Okay. Pure existence. Consciousness gets reflected in Jiva and existence gets reflected in the world. In that sense, reflection is like original. Okay. The third characteristic is, third characteristic is a reflection borrows some properties of the reflecting surface. If mirror is dirty, my face also looks dirty. If the water, I'm seeing my reflection in the water, lake, water moves, my face also moves. If I see reflection in a muddy water, my face also looks dirty. Right? So if medium moves, reflection moves. Original doesn't move. Right? Are we clear? So that's why you say, I went to Bombay, I came back. Who went to Bombay, who came back? Atma doesn't go and come back. The Chidabhasa in the body, along with the body, has moved. Appears to be moving. Chidabhasa is moving. Because Chidabhasa is reflecting surface of the body. With the body, Chidabhasa is moving. But Atma doesn't move.
So you're saying the localized consciousness?
Localized consciousness is moving, no? Localized consciousness is Chidabhasa, body. Original consciousness is Atma, Brahman. Brahman, Atma, everywhere is there. It's not, we can't move. I went to Bombay. Who went to Bombay? Body went to Bombay. But then I you are referring to is Chidabhasa. Conscious I, conscious body went. The conscious is Chidabhasa. Reflection moves with the body, surface. Right? Then, another example, your reflection is not you. The face in the mirror is not you. Correct? Reflection is mithya. Understand? The face is satya. Our problem is mithya itself will take as satya and live our life. The body consciousness will take as real consciousness while forgetting the original consciousness. Mithya we are taking as satya. Chidabhasa we are taking as satya. Now, never be under the impression that mithya means not useful. Mithya means very useful. Satya is not at all useful. Right? See, for mud pot, mud is satya and pot is mithya. Can you drink water with the mud? It's useless. But pot has a name and form. I can drink water. So mithya consciousness in the body is useful for all your transactions. All your actions, dancing, music, singing, marriage, divorce, children, everything is mithya chidabhasa is useful. Satya is silent witness. Okay. Mithya doesn't mean it's useless. Mithya means very useful. Pure gold is satya. Very useless. Impure gold can be formed in necklace. Necklace is useful. Necklace is mithya. Gold is satya of necklace. Okay. Is it clear? Mithya alone is useful. Satya is not useful because satya is not there in transaction.
The qualities of the surface, reflecting surface means the shape and form.
Shape and form of body, right? So reflection borrows the reflecting surface qualities of reflecting surface. Body becomes fat. I have become fat. I here refers to Chidabhasa because you think consciousness in the body is you. Yeah. I'm angry, I'm unhappy, I'm happy. All the qualities of body and mind you superimpose. Chidabhasa is expensive. Chidabhasa is taking their shape. Reflection, original, nothing has happened. But you say, I am suffering, I am unhappy, I am fat, I am old. So like that, you're superimposing on the original.
So each reflecting surface has sattva, rajas, tamas.
Different quality. So then what happens if you become fat, right? Let's say somebody is 50 kgs when before, let's say at the age of 25. At the age of 50, he become 200 kgs. What happened to his body? Body expanded. Okay. Body is the reflecting surface. Body expanded. What happened to the reflection Chidabhasa? Chidabhasa also got expanded. If Chidabhasa is not expanding, his hand will be not possible. Hand will be dead. Leg will be dead because expanded portion also requires consciousness. No. Understand? Reflection will expand with the reflecting surface. So body got expanded, but Chidabhasa didn't get expanded. Then what will happen? A part of the body will die. It requires a consciousness. Right? So reflecting surface expands, reflection expands. Body becomes weak, reflection also, Chidabhasa also especially is suffering, weak. Okay. So by giving sun and reflection example, we are telling relation with Brahman and Maya as the reflection is given as an example. How, rather than don't take it as literal reflection, but effect of reflection, what happens, you understand. For that reason, it's called as reflection. So now, another reason is there. In mirror, in the mirror, you are seeing a reflection. Can you take the reflection out of the mirror? Huh? Can you take Chidabhasa out of the body? You cannot take reflection from the surface. Right? Reflection from the mirror. Similarly, original consciousness, Paramatma, Parabrahma, is reflected in the body as Chidabhasa. You cannot take out Chidabhasa unless you destroy the body. Reflection and reflecting surface are very closely linked like mirror and reflection.
Not closely linked. That's
Inseparable. Right? So the body has a birth, growth, old age, death, and decay. So when you say I am suffering, I'm young, I'm growing old, I am becoming old, and that person died, we are speaking for the consciousness, but because of the body, the consciousness also is shrinking with the body. Body becomes weak in the old age, the consciousness also has take that shape. Reflection. Chidabhasa.
I am feeling doesn't shrink or I am feeling
No.
expand.
See, the problem here, when you speak of I am, you speak of consciousness, Chidabhasa.
Yeah.
But I am, real I am doesn't change. You are always pointing to real I am. There is real I am and changing I am. Changing I am is Chidabhasa with the body and reflecting surface. We are mixing up changing it to unchanging. See, I was born 50 years back. I grew up in Mysore. I went to Bombay. I came to Bangalore. The I has not changed now. So when you speak of I is always referring to consciousness. Correct? But you feel you are associating the body, which is a reflecting surface. You are forgetting the original consciousness. You are referring to original consciousness, which is not changing, and confusing with the changing consciousness, which is the body, Chidabhasa. I am walking means what? Brahman is not walking. The body is walking. Correct? I am walking means what? Brahman is not walking. Brahman is there. Body is walking. Along with that, Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness also is walking with you. That I is changing consciousness with the body. Okay. Original consciousness I is Brahman is not walking, not changing. So when you speak of I, you are speaking of unchanging I, but confusing the changing I associated with the body. Chidabhasa. Is it clear or not clear?
Chidabhasa is the I am feeling, right? But I am feeling doesn't feel like shrunk my body begins.
I am walking means what?
That is okay.
I am weak means what? I am unhappy means what? In one sense, I am doesn't change because pure Brahman is I am is being pointed by pure awareness. At the same time, I am weak. You are associated with changing body also. In the one sentence, you are speaking of two things: virgin consciousness and reflected consciousness.
If a hand is cut, I don't feel like I have half body.
That's what I'm saying. No, what you are referring to when you refer, you are mixing up the two. Original consciousness and reflected consciousness. I'm speaking. When you say I am walking, what are you saying? Body is walking. Body is dead element who can walk. Is consciousness walking? Which is this consciousness? Original or reflected? Original can't walk. Original is everywhere. Reflected consciousness is walking. So our confusion is we mixing up reflected and original consciousness various places. That's Maya. That's what is called samsara. Okay. So reflection is localized consciousness in the body, Chidabhasa. Origin is all pervading everywhere. That alone is Satya. Reflected consciousness is Jiva. It's me. Jiva can function. Brahman cannot function. Always Nitya has a utility. Satya has no utility. Right? Nitya has a working life. A retired person has no working. Srimad Narayana is retired. Whereas Vishnu is working, full office, busy. Nitya is always busy all the time. Utility is there. So reflection at the totality is called Ishvara. Reflection at the individual is called Jiva. The totality of reflection of sun, moon, stars, planets, living and non-living is called Ishvara. It's called Sat. Whereas Jiva level, it is called reflection at the Jiva level, reflection at the individual level is called Jiva. Samashti is called Ishvara, individual is called Jiva. Correct? The totality of reflected consciousness in the universe is called Saguna Brahma. So now what you have to do, we have to realize ourself, inner self, individual self, Jivatma, then cosmic self, Brahman, they are one. Cosmic self, Ishvara, they are one as Brahman. Left bank of the river and right bank of the river seems to be separate. But go deeper, they are one. So go deep inside you, Atma, go deep inside universe, Paramatma, they are one, Brahman. Jiva is Ishvara in that sense. Jiva is Brahman reflected in the mind, Chidabhasa. Ishvara is Brahman reflected in the Maya, totality. Ishvara and Jiva are Mithya. Brahman is Satya. Ishvara is called Saguna Brahma. Now Ishvara seems to be doing full of action. Running around, taking care of the world, avatara, everything. It's because of the Upadi. Brahman doesn't move. Right? So that's why Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 2.5.18 is quoted. The Purvapakshi quotes Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 2.5.1.18. Supreme being Brahman entered into the body just like a bird enters into the nest. Brahman entered into body like a bird entering into the nest. He, on account of living in all bodies, is called Purusha. The consciousness is called Purusha because he lives in all the bodies. Puru means place, city, Purusha. So now who enters? Nirguna Brahma can enter. Nirguna Brahma is all pervading, it cannot enter. Entrance is done by Chidabhasa, that means a reflection has happened in the Upadi, called body and mind. In that sense, Brahman has entered into Jiva. Brahman cannot neither enter nor move, it's all pervading reality. When Upanishad speaks of movement of Brahman as Jiva, It's the reflected consciousness in the upadhi called mind. Yeah, your intellect becoming animated, alive. That's called how Jiva enters into, Brahman enters into body as Jiva. Original consciousness of Brahman doesn't enter, doesn't move anywhere. Reflected consciousness enters as a reflection. How it will happen? Does it enter really? When the mirror is there, reflection will automatically form. Right? It does not enter. Mirror, in front of mirror you stand, reflection will automatically form. Face doesn't enter into mirror. Reflecting surface is there, automatic reflection form. That automatic formation of reflection in the body-mind complex is called Jiva entering the body. It's not going and coming. Reflection happening. Reflected consciousness has a birth and death. In deep sleep, reflected consciousness is disappeared because mind has become causal. Then in deep sleep, what is there? Only Brahman is there, awareness is there. Reflection is gone. Because reflecting surface is not there, mind is not there, thoughts are not there. So Brahman is the cause and the world is the effect. Brahman as the cause of the world is called Ishvara. And world is the karya, effect. How cause and effect are related? Like mud and mud pot are related. Mud pot is the karanam, karyam. Mud is the karanam, cause and effect. Correct? Mud is the cause, pot is the effect. Karya and karana. Without karya, karana cannot. Without karana, karya cannot exist. Without mud, pot cannot exist. Pot is mithya, mud is satya. Without Brahman, Ishvara or Jiva cannot exist. In that sense. World, Jagat is the Karya. And Ishvara or Brahman is the Kara. Cause and effect. Right? So name and form is the adjective given to Brahman. Okay? So you'll say, I can drink water. It's a function. It looks nice shape, very polished. This pot is polished. What are we calling the pot as polished? The pot has a shape. Okay. But is there a pot here? Only mud is there. While explaining, you are superimposing the qualities of pot on mud. Is the mud here or pot here? Mud only is there. Oh, I can drink water. You're speaking, referring to mud. Because ultimately mud only is there. Mud can, with mud you cannot drink water. Only with using upadhi or superimpose. Right? Superimposition is happening. Can you see? I'm drinking water. Using mud pot. What pot? Mud pot. If you look at mud, you cannot drink water with mud. In the shape of form, you can do. Nama Rupa. Name and form. Nama Rupa is Karya. Mud is the Karana. Now, hit with a hammer, pot is gone. Nothing happens to mud. Karana is temporary, name and form, functional, Vyavaharika, but not real. Mithya. Karya is Nitya. Karana is Satya. Name and form has no independent existence. Remove the mud and give me a pot. You can't do that. Pot has no, but give the mud has existence. Brahman alone exists. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara are nothing but Mithya in that sense. Your Jiva or Chidabhasa in deep sleep, it merges with Brahman. If you merge with Brahman with Jnana, or liberated. In Adnana, you merge, it will come back again. Okay. So now, why did we come to this whole Karya Karana business? Is Brahman Saguna or Nirguna? So, Brahman is Sakala Kalyana Guna Paripurna. Ishvara is Sakala Kalyana Guna Paripurna. Right? Ishvara has all good qualities. It is true. In Maya, Ishvara has all great qualities. That's why he blesses us, he liberates us, he will help show the path of mukti. All those things done by Ishvara. Even though it's mithya. Right? Now, should we take, there is Ishvara and Brahman, there are two realities. Saguna Brahma and Nirguna, there are two realities are there you have to take. There's no two reality. Only Nirguna Brahma is there. Saguna Brahma is name and form superimposition. Nirguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma only is there. Understand? So that man, when he goes to the office, he's engineer. In the house, he is the husband. With the children, his father. How many people are there? Only one person. Fatherhood is superimposed on that person. Officer, engineer is superimposed on that person. Husband is superimposed on the person. Person is only one. Nirguna Brahma, with the superimposed characteristics, becomes Brahma. Nirguna Brahma, with superimposed Rajoguna, Sattva, it becomes Vishnu. Nirguna Brahma, with the Tamoguna is superimposed, it becomes Shiva. You know, only one Brahman. Nirguna Brahma. Formless reality. There are no two. Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma, there are no two. If Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma two, mud and mud pot are different. They are not. Are you clear? So then, what is Upanishad speaking of? Neti, neti, neti. Not this, not this, not this. The question is so. See, Purvapakshi is asking a very good question. World is Brahman only. Not this means finally no Brahman or whatever is speaking, not speaking. Brahman, neti, neti means you are negating the Saguna, gunas of the qualities, superimposed qualities. What remains is only pure Brahman. All gunas are mithya. Mithya means appearance. Brahman alone is Satya. There's no Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. There's only one Brahma, Nirguna Brahma. Upanishad is negating the attribute superimposed on one Brahma, Upadhi superimposed on Brahma to understand Nirguna Brahma. So the Purvapakshi started with this question: is Brahma Saguna or Nirguna? Then Vishishta Advaita says Brahma is Saguna only. There's no Nirguna Brahma. Brahman is Vishnu, Ananta Kalyana Guna Paripurna. Okay. So Advaita Vedanta says no, Brahman is Nirguna only. Vishishta Advaita says only Saguna Brahma. Then if they ask them, Veda Upanishads are speaking of Nirguna Brahma, what does mean Nirguna Brahma? For Vishishta Advaita is Nirguna Brahma, Brahman has no negative qualities at all. Only Saguna is real. Right? And Saguna Brahma shows you the path of liberation, purification. That's how true. That's accepted by Advaita Vedanta also. Is no mithya. Saguna Brahma is helpful, guidance, show you the path. All those things are fine. But Saguna Brahma is nothing but Nirguna Brahma only with Upadhi superimposed. There's only Nirguna Brahma. That's what Vedanta says. There's no two Brahmas called Saguna and Nirguna. With Upadhi, Maya Upadhi, Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma, Pesas, Saguna Brahma. So Ishvara Upasana is completely perfectly accepted. By doing Upasana, meditation on Ishvara, you will get purified. No doubt about it. Mithya only has the utility, function. So that will help you to realize the truth, get jnana. This is the teaching of Advaita. Are we clear now? So then what happened in Vishishta Advaita? In Vishishta Advaita, there are no two levels of reality taken, only one level of reality taken, Saguna reality. The other level of reality is not there. In Advaita, only Nirguna reality is taken, Saguna reality is considered as mithya, appearance. Finally, there's only one Brahma, Nirguna Brahma. And Jiva is also Nirguna. Chidabhas is superimposition. What is their original is Atma. Let us close our eyes, sit silently. This entire universe is samashti or totality. Samashti is the cosmic dream, the dream of Parabrahma. In the dream of cosmic dream, Maya, the entire universe, Jiva, Jagat, and Ishvara appear. Ishvara is the consciousness reflected in Maya. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara are Mithya. Only Parabrahma is Satya. The Satya Parabrahma gets reflected as Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, Mithya. What is Mithya is very useful, has a utility, has a functional value. By praying to Ishvara, by doing upasana of Ishvara, our mind becomes purified and become qualified for Jnana. The reflection of Brahman in the mind is called Jiva, Chidabhasa. The reflection changes with the reflecting surface, but the original doesn't change. I am the original consciousness, pure consciousness, Brahman, awareness, all pervading reality. Chidabhasa is the localized consciousness. Chidabhasa is formed as a reflection in the mind. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness, Shivaswarupi. With that understanding, sit silently. The body, mind, intellect, and Chidabhasa is observed by me. I am the observer, Sakshi. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanamnani Shivoham 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 Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyak Jyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmiham. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub both of your hands. Give one for the eyes. Slowly open your eyes. You can see website of Lightofself Foundation, YouTube channel, and for children program, I lead. You can subscribe to this or you can forward to your friends who are interested. Anybody has any questions?
Pranam Gurudeva.
Pranam, Dipti.
I have question.
Yes, please.
When you were explaining Chidabhasa,
Mhm.
I did not get clear with it.
See, there's a totality of consciousness, right? Brahman,
Yes.
which is all pervading like space.
Yes.
Okay. That consciousness gets reflected in our body and mind. See, I feel
Yes.
just alive, right? I'm conscious.
Yes.
This is a reflected consciousness.
Yes.
So the first reflection happens in the mind, subtle mind. Then it comes to the body. Then I feel I am alive. My
Yes.
aliveness is the reflected consciousness called Chidabhasa.
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yeah. But when we say that any act, whatever we are saying, we talk of the dream, that it is a dream, and dream is nothing but a collection of some reflection, some thoughts could be from any way.
Right.
So it is nothing but a collection only.
Correct.
But when I try to see, I see that even if I call of any kind of collection, if it is there is only one consciousness itself, everything is just when we say reflection. So reflection, you need a surface and you need an object. It means there is something through which that reflect there has to be something which is getting reflected. Of course it is because of the light that the reflection happens. But when I say that if we talk of any experiences or past experiences or any circumstances presently also which are visible, if I say that they are वो मुझे भास रहा है माने मेरे चिदाभास में भास रहा है because of the consciousness I am able to experience it. But if I take it as a reflection, it means its existence has to be at somewhere from where it is getting reflected.
No. See, the word reflection, we should not take it literally. That's what I try to explain.
Okay.
See,
Yes, you said like reflection.
like reflection, it's not reflection itself. In the
Yes.
sense, you should not take the word reflection like very exactly like reflection. It's like reflection, you have to say. For example, her eyes are like lotus. Don't have to look at a lotus leaf to understand. It's only analogy is given. Okay.
Yes.
So how analogy is given? What happens in the reflecting surface affects the reflection. Like that, here reflection is not on a surface. Reflection is a concept or Maya dream. The dream is the surface. The cosmic dream is the Maya. In that, reflection is happening. There's no
Yes.
other. There's no object there. For example,
Yes.
let us say, think of a temple which you have visited.
Yes.
So immediately it appears in your mind, right?
Yes.
So this temple appearing in your mind. That's the reflection in your mind. The entire
Yes.
universe is reflection, the cosmic reflection in the mind of the universe. Mind is not a real entity, but it appears like an idea. So
Yes.
basically, we are all living in the dream of Narayana in that sense.
Yes.
Okay. Does it answer your question?
Yes, partly.
What is the partly? Which part is misanswered, not answered?
When I say if any experience, suppose I say that I took a prasad from the temple, and the prasad experience to me, that was some cold water or some cold thing, prasad or something. So when you said everything, we take name and form, that is an adjective given to it, that is for our functionality.
Correct.
Now, for any kind of experience, that experience when I talk, if it can be pain related, it can be joy related. So that is happening in Maya.
That is happening in the universal consciousness, which is happening in the God's mind. Maya is nothing but God's mind, in a sense. Right? The tree is there, sun is there, moon is there. Where?
We are not able to realize that it is the consciousness only, but that experience becomes so real
That's Maya.
that we are knowing that it is. It's so much that you realize by the concept. Your mind is again telling you, yes, it is Maya only, but it doesn't allow you. that claw of that Maya becomes so strong,
Ah,
knowingly that you are listening and learning
no,
that
that I
it is
agree.
Maya. You acknowledge that, and there have been experiences of certifying that it is Maya. But
Correct.
that moment when it is taking you in the claw, you cannot get escape of it. So what is that thing through which, when you know, when the knowing principle says that I am able to understand, I can recollect it, just like these experiences, I can recollect the knowledge experiences also. But to make it real knowledge for me, I, at the moment
So,
when the tiger is holding you as a claw, you are not able to feel that it is unreal. It appears
so
real.
your question right now, earlier you said partially understood. Now you're asking the question how to get escape from Maya.
Yeah, because
The other,
obviously
you have changed the question.
one leads to another.
See, you're asking the right now. You're asking the question how to escape from Maya. Correct.
Yeah, because if
Now,
it is Maya, then I will definitely like to come
have
out
you
of
been
that
to any
claw.
have you been to any 5D movies like
Yes,
Singapore
I
and
have
all?
been.
Huh?
Yes, yes,
You're sitting in a chair and you're putting glasses. You
yes,
suddenly you feel that you're falling from a mountain.
yes,
Okay, and you're scared. Your heartbeat increases. Correct.
yes, yes.
So was it real?
No,
It's
but the
simulation.
experience was very real.
Experience is very real, right?
Yeah,
If an experience made by ordinary human being is so real, experience made by Brahman, how real it should be. Huh?
yeah,
It's very gripping and very real in that sense.
yes,
Correct, no? So
yes, it
now,
is.
how did you escape? Let's say you're sitting in a 5D movie in Singapore and suddenly you start falling from the top of the mountain and you're scared. Then what do you do? You cry?
Yeah,
No?
I have done it once. I took off my goggles.
Ah, you took off your goggles, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, in Maya also you take off your goggles.
No, it is easy to explain like a metaphor, but when it comes to me, like as a real goggles, which is that goggle which I will just put it off, because both of them are just everything, just like everything comes like a thought only. So how to remove that
Exactly.
goggle?
How to remove the goggle is called nididhyasa. How to
Okay.
understand it's a movie is called Shravana and Manana. And how to remove the goggle is called nididhyasa. Again and again, I have to become witness of what's happening.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
So through Shravana, Manana, nididhyasa, again and again, you have to remove the goggle when you're trapped in Maya.
It means when the that claw of the impressions of the past, when they come and they try to grab the mind, I just have to pull myself out, just like a goggle, that I am not this, I am just a witness and I'm seeing it. So
Yeah.
consciously just have to make this effort to say,
So
and this is my nididhyasana.
there is, yeah, that's right. Nididhyasa is a practice. There's a certain set of practice. I don't know whether you listen to my Nididhyasa talks.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So have you heard something called Yuddha Kala Shastrabhyasa?
No, I don't think
See,
so.
somebody is going for a war, right?
Yes.
And he has not practiced shooting. He says, I'll practice shooting in the war field. Is it possible?
No.
He'll be killed, right?
Yeah.
So
90% chance.
the practice of shooting has to be done not in the war field but outside. Then in the war field you can fight.
Yes.
So nididhyasa has to be practiced when you're calm and peaceful. Then when the impressions come, nididhyasa practice will help you.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
So the practice of nididhyasa has to be done as many times as often so that impressions of the mind comes down. The attachment to the whole thing comes down. Then
Yes.
when the impressions come, the mind will say, I am Atma, I am free.
Yes.
Are we clear how to remove the goggles?
Yes.
Okay.
Certainly.
Now what we are trying to do? We are trying to do Yuddha Kala Shastra. When the problem is coming, we are saying, I have to shoot. It doesn't work that way. You have to fighting the war, you have to learn in peace time.
Yes.
Right? Every day you have to do some nididhyasa, shravana, manana practice you have to do so that you are ready for war.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay. So any other
Thank you.
questions?
Thank you. No. No question, because there came a situation, and I was realizing that even after when I'm able to see, why am I not able to come out of it? And what made me go through all this? So there came a very big question to me, and I realized that at every level there is a certain thing which one goes through. Then I remembered your words where you explained about the sanchit karma, prarabdha karma, and kriyaman karma. So I just realized that that acceptance towards the prarabdha karma, and you said once that sometimes the prarabdha karma are that even if you are seeing it, you have got that light, but you have to go through it. You sometimes you have to go through that thing. So that kind of acceptance came, and I realized that maybe it is that part of it through which it is I'm going through it, but some way or the other the knowledge, or you say upasana or something, is just along with it. I saw a separate hand, like for my own comfort I created that hand, and I realized that when in the day to day activities, in these worldly things, we are getting affected by the situations. At the same time, in some form or the other, sometimes people say that we are in the job, so in the job form it helps them. They get their mind gets a little diversion, so they don't get affected immediately. Sometimes they get into upasana. Sometimes some form of knowledge comes to them, but it is just like to go through that tunnel of prarabdha. A little hand is always there which is helping you, but one has to go through it. Though it is also again a maya, that claw is invisible, it is not
All
actual,
all
but still
upasana is
it
in Maya.
comes out.
All upasana is in Maya. Okay.
Yes,
Maya,
yes,
Ishvara is also in Maya.
yes,
But Ishvara is very helpful.
yes,
Right? That's the meaning of that.
yes,
Right?
yes,
With Ishvara's help, we should get Gnana. And with Gnana, we have to get out of Maya.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So anybody else any questions, please?
Thank you, Hari Om.
Hari Om. Yes,
Hari Om,
Vasu.
Prabhuji.
Hari Om, Vasu.
Prabhuji, in the metaphor, Sriman Narayana is consciousness at rest,
Correct.
and he is complete.
Yes.
Complete. So the whole question of duality, reflection, everything comes. The analogy also is given that when Sriman Narayana dreams. So dream implies the first movement.
Right.
So if Sriman Narayana is complete, where is the necessity for him to dream?
He doesn't dream. For him, there's no dream. See, when you are sleeping in the bed, right? In sleeping in the bed, okay? Suddenly, you are in America.
Okay.
The sleeper's consciousness, nothing is affected. The dream consciousness, okay? So dream consciousness is not affecting the sleeper consciousness. Like a rope, a snake doesn't affect the rope. And snake doesn't create the rope also.
Correct.
Right? So that Maya appears. Rope doesn't create the snake. Rope appears.
So where I'm failing to understand, where I've reached the limits of understanding is Maya comes with the first movement in consciousness, where the consciousness need not move because it is complete.
Here you have to understand. The consciousness is not moving because it's Nirguna, Nirakara, Parabrahma.
Okay. Where is the movement happening?
There's no movement happening from consciousness point of view. For the snake point of view, there's no rope point of view, there's no snake at all.
Okay. but then there is once we get into snake, already duality we have created. That is, Jiva is observing the snake and the rope.
Correct.
Or he is failing to the Jiva, I as Jiva, is failing to see the snake, but seeing the superimposition as a rope.
Correct.
But there already duality has happened. But
correct. See,
non-duality, this
here,
first duality, I think
if you
I kind of reached the limit of my intellectual understanding.
That's why this whole thing cannot be understood through intellect.
Okay.
The whole purpose is to drop the intellect, drop the all our ideas, because at Parabrahma level, there's no Maya. Parabrahma point of view, there's no Maya, there's no world, nothing is there.
Okay.
From sleeper's point of view, there's no dream world. From dream world point of view, there's no sleeper. Right? Dream world, you don't even know you're in America, you don't even know you're sleeping in bed in Bangalore, you don't know. Okay. So these two, right? The dream is a lower level reality. In the lower level reality, if you ask a question about the sleeper, the answers cannot be given.
Okay.
So now this explanation for you is to help to get out of the dream to realize you are the sleeper.
So the limit of understanding is still here.
Yeah, at this point of time, you come to limit of understanding. Beyond that point, your intellect won't help.
Okay. Then we have to take to nididhyasa. That is what using.
Just nididhyasa. That's where pramana comes into picture. Vedamata.
Okay.
Vedamata says you are Brahman.
Okay.
Accept it and get rid of dream. Now, if you ask how did dream come, okay, then there is no answer because you are already in the dream. Okay. So in that sense, you come to a state, limit of your understanding. Beyond that, you cannot go. At that place, you drop it. That's called surrender or self-inquiry. Beyond that, just accept the Vedamata Pramana. You are Brahman. So in the dream, the reality doesn't appear. In the reality, dream doesn't appear. Okay. Now all our explanations to bridge this dream and reality, why and all, the why there's no answer.
Correct. Why there is no answer, probably. But only thing is, I was trying to understand that when everything is complete, there is suddenly one movement that creates
for that
incompleteness.
answer is given in other way. Okay, see, these are all explanation to a mind which is inquisitive mind.
Okay.
For Brahman, this creation is like a play. It's not. It's like a creativity. So you can't ask for a motive for creativity.
Okay.
In that sense, why Purna cannot? So why Purna cannot dance? He can dance, no? So you are asking for a motivation.
But there is a contradiction, Prabhuji. Purna is still silent, but then dance is a movement.
No, the dance is apparent movement.
Okay.
Right. So that's why the beautiful representation of the creation is Nataraja.
Okay. Tandava. Okay.
Shiva and Shakti are represented Nataraja. Shakti is not there. Shakti is the dance of Shiva.
Okay.
So that's non-dual dance, Advaita.
Okay.
It's a moment. In that moment, that Prabhaval is there, no? There are the earth, sun, moon, everything appears. Their appearance is not real.
Okay.
So why Shiva is dancing? He is dancing just because he doesn't want. He wants something. No. He is dancing because it's creativity. Now, why creativity is there? It's there. So if you ask why creativity is there, you can't answer.
Yes, it's like asking why you are teaching. No, you are only teaching. Or why am I attending satsang? There is nothing.
Right.
There is no answer.
For creativity, why creativity is there? We cannot answer because that's a part of existence. That's all.
Okay. Okay. So stillness and expression of energy is a natural process.
It's not. I mean, from our point of view, natural process. From the stillness point of view, there's no expression.
Okay. Thank you.
At some point of time in duality, either we are trying to give answer in duality, which is any answer is partial, or get out of duality. That's why Brahman says, find out who you are. Wake up.
Okay.
The moment you wake up, there's no questioner. And as long as questioner is trying to find answer, some answers will be there.
So my learning is, when intellect is not able to comprehend, stop asking and then get out of it.
No, intellect is not able to answer. A deeper level of inquiry is required. At certain point of time, you can't go proceed further. Limits will come to. At that limits, pramana, Veda pramana is sufficient.
Okay. Accept the word of the Vedas and the sages and the Guru, and then
finish.
And then follow the nididhyasa.
Correct. See, please understand, there is some known things in the world, unknown things in the world. Unknown will become known. So, for example, you're not seeing America. It's unknown. Tomorrow it will become known. Atma is unknowable. Brahman is unknowable. Correct?
Okay.
From the knower to bridge to unknowable is only Veda Pramana, authentic teaching.
Okay.
There's no other way you can do that. Are we clear? Anybody else in questions?
The signal is breaking, but I think that's getting.
Anybody any questions? Shall we close for the day?